Greetings, groovy earthlings. Fear me not, for I come in peace. I am but a humble visitor, hailing from the other side of the Milky Way. And may I say that I have traveled all over this great galaxy of ours, and I have never seen a planet as beautiferous as your own planet Earth. And I am honored to be able to visit your fine planet.
Oh, why thank you, Zeeb. That was a lovely intro, and it sounded like it really came from the heart, too.
On my planet we do not have hearts, my man. We have spronkers instead. But I can assure you that that sentiment came directly from the bottom of my spronker.
Well then, thank you for that lovely spronker-felt sentiment, and thank you for joining me for my review today.
No, thank you, my good earthling. It is a privilege to be here. So, may I ask, how is it that we proceed with this fine review?
Well, right about now is the time for us to drop in a title card. Hello everyone and welcome to the Commander Go review of the new Pixar animated film, Elio. And please welcome my guest for today. Please welcome him to the show and to this planet. He's a visitor from the other side of the galaxy, on vacation here on Earth. His name is Zeeb. Hello, Zeeb.
And hello to you, my man Go.
So, Zeeb, you say you're here on vacation. So how long will you be staying here on Earth?
Well, let's see. On my planet, we get 4 standard galactic weeks of vacation for every standard galactic year. Now, on your calendar, I believe that translates to, about 750 of your Earth years.
Wow, 750 years of vacation. That sounds wonderful.
Too true, my man. Too true. I am indeed a most fortunate carbon-based life form.
So tell me, Z, what do you think of Earth so far?
Man, I dig this groovy Earth. I truly dig it. You've got rivers and oceans, mountains and beaches, deserts and jungles and forests, and you got 'em all on one planet. You have no idea how rare that is. I keep going to planets that have like one of these things for the whole planet, but you got it all right here, man. It's amazing.
And what do you think of the people of the Earth?
You Earthlings are so groovy. I tell you, y'all got your own way. Everyone's different. It's much better than when I went to the planet of the bee people. I tell you, it was such a drag. It's so boring. Everybody there was all tied into the hive mind. Everybody did things the same way. Everyone was absolutely the same. But not here on Earth, man. Here on Earth, you Earthlings, y'all got your own vibe. Man, you have no idea how fortunate you are to be on this planet.
Well, I suspect that is very true. So it's about time to begin the review. Now, I trust that you are familiar with the way Earth movies work and Earth movie reviews, and that you have seen this movie, Elio, and you know about Pixar and animation and Disney and all of that, right?
Oh yes, indeed, my man. I have done my homework on your groovy world.
In that case, would you care to give us an intro for the Elio review?
I would be delighted. Okay, groovy Earthlings, stay tuned for you're not gonna want to miss the upcoming Zeeb and Commander Go review of the Pixar movie Elio.
By the way, if you would like to see more content about pop culture, movies, and TV, then click that subscribe button. And hey, it just might brighten your day too. And now, on with the show. Elio is the latest new animated movie from Disney's Pixar Animation Studios. It tells the story of a boy named Elio. Sadly, Elio has lost his parents and is now in the custody of his Aunt Olga, a major in the Air Force. Aunt Olga works in the space program, tracking orbiting debris. She had plans to one day become an astronaut herself, but had put those plans on hold to raise her nephew. After taking her distraught nephew to a space museum, Elio sees an exhibit about a probe sent to contact alien life. He then becomes obsessed with space and aliens, believing that since he lost the two people who loved and wanted him here on Earth, that he will now only find acceptance and belonging in space among aliens.
Now that's quite a leap in logic for that little Earthling, especially since his aunt keeps reaching out trying to connect with him, but he just can't see it.
Well, he is just a kid and still has a lot of learning and growing up to do, so his behavior naturally won't be as mature and rational.
So this is normal for Earth younglings then?
Well, this is a little extreme. I too found the leap in logic a little hard to swallow, even coming from a kid. But it's the motivation that the plot is built around. So Elio begins putting up elaborate displays at night, trying to attract the attention of aliens so they will come and take him away. Then his aunt's co-workers pick up a faint signal from aliens. But since their job is only to track space debris, she decides not to respond. But when no one is looking, Elio records and sends his own message. This leads an alien community to believe he is the leader of Earth, and they soon locate him and beam him aboard their ship. They then invite him to apply to join their community, but when an alien warlord attacks the space community, they decide to postpone admitting Elio into their community to deal with the warlord. Desperate not to be sent back to Earth, Elio claims to be an expert negotiator and offers to negotiate a truce with the warlord for them so that they will let him stay. Can Elio, who is just a kid, talk down a raging alien warmonger while maintaining his deception with the alien community? And what of Aunt Olga back on Earth?
Now, my Earth Guidebook's chapter on Pixar movies said that Pixar movies make Earthlings cry, and I really wanted to share that experience, but I just wasn't feeling it. Of course, that might just be me because my species doesn't have tear ducts.
No, it wasn't just you. While many Pixar movies are very good at moving audiences to tears, occasionally it will miss the mark. In this one, I just wasn't invested enough in the characters to be moved enough for tears. The main protagonist, Elio, was unfortunately not very likable. He started off the movie as a selfish character. He was ignoring or misinterpreting his aunt's attempts to reach out and show her love. He was getting into fights with other kids who got in the way of his plans to be abducted by aliens, and once he meets the aliens, he lies and manipulates them to convince them to let him stay.
But isn't that what Earthlings call a character arc? When a character starts off worse and learns to be better as the story unfolds.
Yes, but if you start with a character whose behavior is too bad, and doesn't show any good behavior at first to hint that the character can be redeemed, then the audience begins to wonder why they should care about this character's redemption. You can sometimes still get away with a character like that without losing your audience if the character has enough charm, charisma, or humor. But Elio doesn't have those qualities.
I see what you mean, man. I did find I was wishing that the kid would care about something other than just getting to space and staying there, or showed some understanding and regret about what effect he was having on those around him, and that didn't happen until the end. But I did dig that groovy aunt. She worked so hard and sacrificed so much. That was a cool Earthling right there.
I agree, Aunt Olga was my favorite character, and I really wish she had been the main character. I think the story would have worked better if it had been told from her perspective. At the very least, I think she should have been a bigger part of the story. The animation was good, but it didn't wow me in the way Pixar has in the past. Well, it wasn't bad in any way, it was just par for the course for Pixar.
One thing I will add, though, is that you Earthlings are great storytellers, and I dig your movies. Even when they're not the best, they're still pretty groovy.
Well said, Zeeb. While it can be constructive to offer criticism, it is often good to remember that there is always a certain magic to the movies, which means that there is almost always something to enjoy on some level in any movie. So, do I recommend Elio? I would have to say no, mostly because there are already much better Pixar films available to watch at home, like WALL-E, for example, if you're looking for a Pixar film with that outer space theme. Elio isn't terrible, but it's a rare miss from Pixar that doesn't showcase what Pixar is really capable of. So, Zeeb, is there anything you would like to say to the people of the Earth before we sign off?
Stay groovy, my Earth friends.
So long, everybody.